We'll start off with a couple details of triangle. What I want to work on now are a bunch of the elements that make a triangle tight. And I'm going to let you guys pick which setup you want to go into. We did two kind of advanced basic setups. You guys work whatever one you want to work, but I'm going to talk about a few concepts. First things first, when I end up in a triangle, let's just say I'm using the Shin setup initially. Boom, I come here, boom, I swing through. One thing that's massively important for this triangle is that I have initial snugness for this, the back of my knee. I'll refer to it as my knee pit being flush to the side of Steve's neck. There's a huge difference to when my knee pit is flush and then I clamp down. I should be able to choke him without locking a triangle. Here. Might not happen in real time if he was freaking out, but it is kind of cool to do in practice, okay? So I need that knee pit to be flush to the neck when I get my clamp, okay? If it's even an inch away, now you can't tell. None of you can tell. Steve can tell, and I can tell. He can breathe right now. If I open it, make it perfectly flush, then clamp it, doesn't look any different to you guys, feels completely different, whole new world to me and Steve. Big, big, big difference. So when this knee is clamping, when that alligator bite happens, I want him as deep into the crook of this knee as possible. Here. As opposed to if I get my bite, so look how far away my knee is from his neck, a couple inches. But that's a world of difference. He doesn't feel any pressure at all. He's going to be countering, he can breathe, he's got blood going to his head, he's feeling good. But there, no blood going to his head. He's going to sleep. Alright, so huge difference. So make note, when you're going for your setup, by the time that happens, by the time you lock those legs, it should pretty much be sleepy time. Okay, if we're doing them slow, we're doing them technical. Another detail that's going to make a difference. Boom, boom, I come over. This knee, again, I'm just using the shin smash as an example, triangle here. When I come across, another thing I want to make note of is blocking the shoulder. Some guys with really long legs don't have to be as wary of this, but I'd say 95% of the time, even if you do have long legs, you want to bear this concept in mind. I don't want to see Steve's shoulder. I don't want to be able to see it. A couple ways I can make his shoulder disappear. Number one, I swing away from it. That's good. Another thing is I want to make sure my knee goes in front of it. Here. This is going to make for a much tighter triangle than if we were here. I have to now squeeze this. He can use shoulder muscles. He's not a weak guy. He's got, he's got muscles there. He's got a scapula. I'm going to have to deal with all that stuff. If I have this across and I'm able to chop into that space, notice, watch my knee rotate in. All my pressure is now going not here, but rolling into his neck. That's what's relevant. Here. So hide the shoulder. One thing that keeps the shoulder from being hidden is Steve's arm being on the outside of my body. Look, if it's like way out like this, yeah, I can really lock tight and we end up kind of on the side. I'm trying to squeeze. One thing I need to do here is I can bring this arm across, hide the shoulder. So if his elbow is on the outside of my leg, notice, no matter what I'm doing, I'm not going to be able to hide that shoulder. Doesn't mean I couldn't tap him, but it's hard. Scoop under or scoop over, hide. Hide. Can't see it at all. The knee rolls in, then I clamp down. Okay? Last little detail we'll work on. You work on whichever initial setup you want to work on, but add this detail in place. We're here. Boom. Boom. When I finish my triangle, I want to be at a 90 every time. Total 90. One reason I reach under and grab here is because now I'm anchored at a 90 no matter what. He can't spin away. If I'm here, Steve can walk his hips away from me, the other way. Yep, and now he's square with me again. Because all I'm doing is grabbing his head. That's why I like to be oriented to his arm or to his leg and to his head. Because I want to anchor my 90. Reason being, my legs, I don't care who you are in here, I don't care how flexible, how strong. There's nobody in this room who can, if I hooked a cable column up to your ankle, that you could curl more doing this than you could doing this. Straight in. This is where the pressure is going to be found. So you want your legs to be working underneath you like they do 99% of your walking human life. So I want this pressure to be in place, the kicking and the pulling of my legs, bicycle style, as opposed to kind of the clamping here. The butterfly muscle is not a strong triangle. So if I'm here and I'm square on with Steve, even if I do hide his shoulder, I'm kind of doing this, again, this sideways kind of a squeeze. Right into my butt here, squeezing my heels in. That's a much tighter squeeze. So one of 100 reasons I want to pick my angle is that. Number two, if it's MMA Sievers, if I'm here, even if I'm almost putting him out, He's a strong guy, power bomb. Bam! Getting dropped. If I'm here, I don't care how strong he is. He can try to pick me up. If I can hook under this leg, I can hook under his arm. He's not going to be able to pick me up very far at all. A couple inches off the ground, he's going out. Okay? So the details we talked about. Initial snugness, knee open before you get that bite on that neck. Covering the shoulder, pulling that arm in to eat that shoulder and drive that knee in. And third detail, swinging fully to a 90. Okay? 3 details are going to make any triangle tighter. So bear that in mind. Go whichever setup you just felt more comfortable with, and rep them slow, rep them technical. Okay? Thanks, Steve.